When Nizam gave you a narration, what was the aspect of the film that made you say, okay, I have to do this film?
Selfishly, to be frank, it's how much material I had to chew off as an actor. That was a big chunk of it. But also for the fact that I thought it is so interesting. The entire film, I thought, really engrossed me as a listener at that point. And it is delightful in the way, like I said, that Samir has looked at the whole thing in such a different angle. And when Nizam narrated, he also told me how he wants to shoot it. And he wanted to shoot and narrate the screenplay in such a different way that I thought, man, this is so new. It's so new. And I'm hoping people get that when you see the film, that, oh, this truly is a, I don't think you're going to watch the film and think, oh, we've seen this before. I don't think so. But also, it's not a shockingly original story or anything, You might feel like, hang on, these are all moments we have known, but why does it still feel so new? I think that's a quality of how they have written and shot the film. And that's the same quality that appealed to me the very first time I heard the narration as well. And also for the fact that I understood that, okay, this is something that is very exciting as an actor.
Yeah, and I think that's an unfair burden. That's a word that's coming up in this interview. I don't know why, but to put on any movie, I don't think there are very few films that are shockingly new stories. I know it's more about the treatment, the way the director sees it, the way the writer sees it, the way the actor gets into it. That's what really, that's.
I also think shock value per se is very overrated. I don't think just because of a story or a film is shockingly new / original, it needs to be good. What, like you said, truly matters is, how convincingly you narrate a story and how clearly you communicate what needs to be communicated.
So, when Varanasi's trailer was launched, you went up on...
The glimpse, you mean?
The glimpse, yeah. When the glimpse was launched and that big event in Hyderabad, you went up on stage and you said you had heard about, the SS Rajamouli narration and, now you got a chance to experience it. How does he narrate a film? Because you just spoke about Nizam narrating this film to you. He had the shots in mind, how he was going to shoot it. What is this whole experience of this SS Rajamouli narration?
I actually don't want to ruin it for all the actors who will have the privilege in the future to go through this. But I was shooting Empuran when I got a message from him saying, can I call? And of course I called him and he said, there is this...
Very nonchalantly, as you said.
Yeah, he just said, I'm writing my new film and there is this antagonist character that is really, really good and I'm really excited about the character and I would love for it if you would do it. Would you like to listen to it? So I was like, I remember I was shooting the Chennai schedule of Empuran and I said, sir, as soon as this schedule is over, I have a break. I'll fly into Hyderabad. He said, sure. So I went and firstly, it's a lovely setting. I don't know if you've been to his office. It's like home. His team is 95% his own family.
Is the office the one where the dogs are?
Yeah, the aluminium factory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There is this lovely German Shepherd who is so friendly, who will just, he's with him all the time. If he walks there, she goes. So it's like that. And I also like dogs. So firstly, this lovely, beautiful dog sitting, and then he starts narrating, and it's like a 3.5 hour narration, because he narrates so beautifully. Like the imagery in the narration is so crisp and clear that it's almost like watching a film. But one vivid memory is, I think, I was wearing a grey t-shirt and I was beginning to think after an hour or so that the room was really cold. And I didn't want to interrupt him, so I just let him finish. But by the time the narration was over, he had these sweat patches on his t-shirt. He was like sweating. And I'm thinking, oh, so that's my one vivid memory. And it's a great, great narrator. He's a very good storyteller, just in front and back of the camera.
You mean he was gesticulating and all that? And
No, he takes you through the imageries of the film. Right. It's like, it's not about just telling the story. By the time he's finished the narration, you sort of understand, okay, this is what the film is going to look like.
Okay.
And, but then him being who he is, he usually sort of goes above that. And by the time you finish shooting and you see the edit, you're like, oh wow, it's even better than what he narrated.
Lovely.